Hey y'all, so today I'm here with a story time. The young lady in the video is going to tell you guys about an experience that she had with a popular Atlanta hairstylist. And the disappointing part is that this is not the first time that this hairstylist has done this to other clients. There were a lot of people in her videos that was like, yep, I know who you're talking about. Yep, she did that to me too. You know, oh my God, oh my God. And I just want to say that it's very upsetting because for someone like myself, I never claim to be perfect. I have my own story times on how I've dropped the ball or places where I've been unprofessional and I've had to learn from it. But it's really frustrating because I feel like those of us good eggs that are still left are constantly having to prove ourselves. Like we have to work 10 times harder because we have to undo, the PTSD of what someone else is doing. And it's just like, I just feel like if you're coming into this industry, yes, of course, money is your byproduct, right? Like if you do a good job, obviously you get paid, but you have to have a passion for this. This is an art. And not only is this an art, this is an art that is a service. So you are dealing directly with the public, right? You are there for people's best and worst days of their lives, right? You're there for birthdays, funerals, weddings, sometimes divorces, court dates, whatever it is, right? And it's just disappointing that in 2024, instead of people learning from these story times and these videos, it's almost like people are just moving the goalposts to see how much more disrespectful they can get and how much more of this behavior they can get away with. So I'm going to go ahead and let sis get into the story. And then at the very end, then I'll leave my 2 cents. And also I'm going to leave the link to her story time in the description. But yeah, so we're going to get into this and I'll be back when it's over.
So I have absolutely had it with Atlanta hairstylists. This is how I'm leaving my appointment, unstyled. My hair is humpy as hell. I did have to flatten a little bit, but it was humpy as hell. Still kind of is. It's not styled. It's in its natural state. I just think that there is just something in the air in Atlanta. I just don't think that it's a real place. You stylists, it's just extremely disgraceful at this point. My appointment is at 1 p.m. I pull up at 1 p.m. But as soon as I walk in the lobby, which is at 1:01 p.m., I'm like, fuck, I forgot my hair. I'm looking at my phone and it says 1:04. I'm like, oh shit, it's already 1:04. I don't want to be super late to my appointment. So I text her and I'm like, hey, I'm here. She immediately responds, come to suite L or J or whatever. So I'm 4 minutes late to my appointment, which probably put a bad taste in her mouth already from first impressions. So that's on me. That could be the reason why I was treated how I was treated for the duration of my appointment. So when I got there, we got started right away. To my pleasant surprise, I was super happy. I was in such a good mood because I'm like, dang, I'm the only client in here. I see somebody sitting in a chair, but it wasn't another client. It was the hairstylist. I was like, oh, she's one of those. And she does washes. Like what? I was like, okay, this might be the one. And I just don't know, why we can't have the good things. Why couldn't she be the one? Why did you have to ruin it? Why? So she's washing my hair. I'm not really going to talk about the nitty gritties, how my back and my neck was about to break on the sink for you to be able to wash my hair. Need to fix that station where you wash your hair. But, that's not at all why I had a bad experience. So I don't know what it was about the wash, but it made me really need to use the bathroom. I don't know if it was water, and I've been drinking a lot of water, so I pee a lot, so I needed to use the bathroom. So as soon as I waited till she had a good break so that she's not stopping her groove, because I know how that is. So I waited till there was a good break, a good pause where I could be like, can I get up and go to the bathroom? So I'm holding my pee since I sat down and started washing my hair. She blow dries my hair and I'm like, okay, finally you're done blow drying your hair. She asked me what part I want. I said, I went on the left side, but can I please go use the bathroom really quick? She's already having an attitude, and I'm just like, I take that as a yes, I can. So I stand up. She takes the stuff off of me and I'm like, I've never been here before, where's the bathroom? And then she's like, make a left or a right, another right, straight down the hall. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I can tell that she's irritated because I have to use the bathroom. So in my head, I'm like, just hurry up so that there's not an issue. Hurry up and go use the bathroom. So I'm rushing to the bathroom. I hurry up and go pee, and I come back, and then we get started. So she's like, so what part you want again? And I was like, a left part, kind of like a deep left part, but not too deep. And then, mind you, I'm facing the TV. There are mirrors behind me, so I'm not seeing shit. I don't see what part you're doing. I'm just feeling it. But just because I know myself, I know my hair, I know my hairline, and I know my edges. So there's a particular way that, or particular place that I want my part to be, just so that I can do my baby hairs how I normally do them. I'm not telling you how to do your job. I'm just giving you what my preference is as the customer. Like, I feel like I should be able to tell you what I prefer on my face, on my head. Like, I'm paying you to do me a service that I will enjoy, right? Wrong. So immediately when she makes the part, she immediately starts trying to braid. You know, I was like, dang, you're not gonna ask me if I like it. I didn't say this in my head. I was like, she's not gonna ask me if I like the part, whatever. So I didn't ask her if I can see it. I just pull my phone up so that I can just see it really quickly. When I pull my phone up, she's just like, you know, has an attitude. She puts her comb away. She stops doing what she's doing. She's just like standing there waiting for me to look at it. And then I quickly turn around to the mirror behind me so I can have a better look at it, you know, bigger picture, right? And I'm looking and I'm like, this isn't normally where I didn't say anything. I'm just looking to see if I want it to be up a little bit more or stay where it is. And then I tell her this and she's just like, okay, but I do this every day. Trust me, I know what you want. I do this every day. And I'm like, okay, it's just because, you know, where you parted it, I can tell where you parted it already that I won't have that baby here. And to my fucking surprise, that's exactly what ended up happening. Like, if you would have just listened to me, I would have loved my hair. I fucking hate it. She did not part it. Like, I wanted her to pull it up a little bit so I could fake pull them baby hairs. I call them adult hairs, but like, so I could pull those and, like, you know, make that into like a little soup. There's nothing for me to soup right here. My hairline does not work like that. So I'm just trying to tell her like how I personally want my hair so that I can enjoy it. But that was a problem. So she has a whole attitude. She starts telling me she does this every day. She was like, listen, if you're not comfortable with my work, you can leave. And I'm looking at her like, what? Like, where did this come from? Like, I'm literally like shocked. Like, I'm staring at her like what is happening right now, right? She's like, because clients like this, like, y'all start saying stuff in the beginning and then you have something to say throughout the whole appointment, and then at the end you still don't like it. I don't have time for that. And I'm like, what is happening? I just want to tell you where I want my part. Like, what is the issue here? Like, and I tell her like, I don't really appreciate you comparing me to other clients, because I would never do that to you. I'm not that type of client. And also, I do hair too, so I understand how that feels, which is why I would never do that to you. And I'm telling her this, and she's like, okay, well, I'm just saying, if you're not confident in my work, you can leave. Oh my goodness. I'm like, well, if I wasn't confident in your work, I wouldn't book with you. If I wasn't confident in your work, I wouldn't refer somebody to you. So I refer somebody to her that's coming in a couple of days. So I'm like, I like your work. It's just like, there's just a certain way that I like my hair done, and it's not, it shouldn't have to take away from your work, but I should also be able to tell you what my preferences are. Like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay, after she said that, I'm just like, I'm not gonna say shit else. So we're sitting there, she's doing my hair, and she starts braiding my hair. She's braiding tight as fuck. Like, it feels like she's like plucking my hair out of my scalp. Like, she's braiding tight as hell. But I'm like, Lizzie, don't say anything, because she's gonna think that you're complaining again. Like, just don't say anything. So I'm sitting there going through the pain of getting my hair braided. And then after she braids my hair, right? Mind you, remember, I forgot my hair in the beginning. So the person that's bringing me my hair is like, hey, I'm outside. Can you come get it? I gotta go. And I'm like, okay, I'm coming. I waited till she finished that braid. Well, I didn't even wait till she finished. When she was about to finish the braid, I said, when you finish this braid, can I go outside really quickly to get the hair? Because I forgot it at home. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells here. Like, I can't do anything. So a minute goes by, not even a minute, maybe 30 seconds later, she's like, is there any way that you could tell them to bring it inside? Because I can't keep taking all these breaks. If you go outside and get it, I'm just going to have to cancel your appointment myself. Y'all. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't say anything. In my head, I'm just like, where am I? Like, what is this? This is not a real fucking place right now. Like, I can't step outside to go get hair. Like, what if I left the hair in my car? You was gonna cancel my appointment because I had to go get hair from my car? Like, this is ridiculous. So I call the person and I'm like, hey, I can't come outside and get my hair because she said she's gonna cancel my appointment. So can you come out? Can you come bring it? Mind you, I'm super irritated at this point. So come back for part 2. So at this point, I'm super fucking frustrated. So I call the person that's bringing it here, and I'm like, I can come outside. Can you come please bring it inside? Like that's just so rude. Somebody's already doing your favor, now they gotta come inside. Like, that's just, it couldn't take me more than 1 minute to go outside and come back. Like, less than a minute. And she talking about I can't keep taking all these breaks, I gotta go pick up my baby. Mind you, we've only been at it for like an hour. Like, I'm just like super confused, but I'm just like, you know what, I'm not about to go back and forth with you. I call him, I say, can you come bring it? And then, granted, yes, I did start talking in my language because I'm pissed. And I'm sure she knew that I was talking shit, but I don't give a fuck at that point. At that point, I'm just pissed. So yes, that is where I went left. I started to talk in my language about her, about what I was going through, my experience. So I know that didn't make matters any better. So I'm sure she got more irritated, but it is what it is. Like, you were putting me through hell. Like, it is what it is. So he came in and brought me my hair. Cool. She's like, give me the first bundle. I give her the first bundle. I'm like, you want me to unravel it? She's like, no. She finishes it pretty quick because she's just like going, and she's like pulling and tugging on my hair, and I'm like flinching a little bit because I'm like, damn, like that's really tight. It's really tight. But I didn't say anything. I'm just like kind of like flinching at the parts that she's pulling. So I give her the first bundle. She's pretty quick. She asked me for the second bundle, and I didn't even expect it at that time because it went by. She literally sold that bundle in like 5 minutes. So I wasn't expecting to already had to take out the other bundle. So she was irritated at the fact that like I didn't have the second bundle ready. She's like, the other bundle, and I'm like struggling trying to get through the bundle so I can give it to her. And I'm taking it out, and I'm like, do you want me to unravel it? Because she had like thread in her hand. I was just trying to make it easier for her. And I was like, do you want me to unravel it? She's like, no. So I give it to her. So as soon as I give her that one, I'm like, let me just prepare the third one just so that it's already ready for you, so that you're not waiting. So I'm unraveling the third one, my bundle, mind you. And she's like, I didn't ask you to do that. Just make sure that you don't tangle it when you're unraveling it, because I could have did that. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, where am I? Like, and I'm like, it's not gonna get tangled, baby. My hair's not gonna get tangled. It's okay. So I want to see how long the wefts are. I shouldn't even have to explain to you why I want to unravel my bundles. Like, why is that an issue? I'm not your child talking about I didn't ask you to do that. Are you crazy? So she starts to do the last bundle, and that's going towards like my perimeter. So she's still doing the same tugging, and I don't know if she's like using attitude to do my hair at this point, but she's tugging so crazy, like it's like pulling my scalp. So I'm holding it down as she's like sewing so that it's not pulling too much, because that's how you lose your edges. That's how you lose your hair. Like, as a hairstylist, like, what is wrong with you? Like, that's almost like a safety hazard when it comes to hair. Like, why are you doing that? So I guess she has to come back around. She's like, excuse me, because I'm like in the way because I'm holding the hair. And I'm like, it hurts. Like, it really hurts. Like, you're just tugging it. And I feel like you just have no regard for my hair right, like, for my pain right now. And then she's like, oh, mind you, I forgot. Before she even started sewing it on, she gives me the net. But I already had intentions. I noticed that she uses a net, but I do not like getting nets, because the one time I got a net, it was just driving me crazy. I couldn't itch my hair. So I just have a thing against nets. No matter where I go, I don't get nets. So I asked her before she started, when she put the net on my head, she's like, hold both sides. And I was like, do I have to get a net? She's like, nope, take it right off. And then she started sewing super fast. And then I tell her I'm in pain when she started sewing towards the top. And she said, that's because you didn't get the net. And I'm just like, I never get a net when I get sewings. And she's like, okay, I understand. And I was like, okay. And she was like, see, this is why I should have canceled your appointment in the first place. And I was like, yeah, I should never book with you. And she was like, I wish you didn't either. Like, this is exchanges that are happening between me and her in her chair while she's fucking sewing my hair. Like, who says shit like that? It's almost like I feel like she was just portraying trauma that she had for other clients on me. Like, she was just reflecting it on me, and I didn't appreciate that. Like, give me a chance. Damn. So at this point, when she says that, I'm fuming. I call my friend, because it's just silent. So I call my friend, and speaking in our language again. And I'm just telling her what's going on in my language. Like, and I'm telling her I'm so frustrated. This is what's happening. And when I'm talking, the girl's like yanking my hair. She's taking out my leave out. She's combing it from the top to down. So it's like getting tangled. It's like she's tugging at it. And I'm just like, this hurts. But I'm not even going to say anything at this point. And then she starts to put heat on my hair. And then I say in my language, she didn't even put heat protectant on my hair before. But I'm telling my friend this, right? And she's like, I did put heat protectant. And I'm like, girl, are you talking to me? And she's like, yeah, because I hear you over there talking shit. And I'm like, that is what I said. And I wanted her to hear that I said heat protectant, TBH, because I'm like, don't damage my hair, but I didn't want to tell you directly. But she did not put heat protectant in my hair. She put heat protectant in my hair, I think, like, after she washed it. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not how it was supposed to go. Like, I thought you would have put more right before you're about to put, like, direct heat on it like that. But maybe not. She's like, I'm trying to hurry up so I can get you out of here. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Just stop talking to me. Like, do not talk to me. And then she finishes straightening my hair. And then she's like, styling is $20. I'm going to take it off your total so you can get out. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Granted, I mean, by that time, she probably had every right to do what she was doing because I was talking in my language. You know, I was like talking shit about her. I was talking shit about her. But I mean, you pushed me to that point. So I'm sure I would have got my hair styled if I just was just silent and didn't say anything and like just took the abuse that she was giving to me. But I guess I wanted to be petty, and I guess she did not appreciate that, so she made me pay, and then I left. Mind you, when she gave me the remainder of my hair, she kind of just threw it at my phone. Like, my hand was down there. She didn't even put it in my hand. She just threw it at me. So when I paid, mind you, I paid like I was counting my money over the garbage area. I could have put the money on the garbage. I walked over to where I was doing my hair, where you were standing, and I put it on the salon chair. No, I'm not going to put it in your hand. Like, that's too much respect. You don't deserve shit. You don't even deserve this money. So I put it on the chair, and she was like, like huffing and puffing. Like, how dare she just put the money on the table, on the chair like this? Like, did you not forget you threw the hair at me? Like, are you cool? So that was that. But I came in the car, and I'm just like, this is exactly what I was talking about. I told her, can she put it up a little bit more? Because this is the area that I like to use for my baby hairs. I like to swoop my hairs like this. Yes, it might not be baby. I don't give a fuck. This is how I like to do my hair. So I asked her if she could move it up a little bit more so I can do this. But how can I do that if tracks are right there? And she says she does this every day. This is what you do every day? Rubbish. And I know she doesn't, because like I clearly booked her for a reason. Mind you, she was like my 5th option because no one else was available. I had to settle for her, but I was like, her work is still good, so I shouldn't have an issue. Like, I'm a stylist. If I need to recurl my hair, I can do that. If I need to do my baby hairs, I can do that. But how can I do this if there's not even no hair there for me to do? And that's what I was trying to tell you from the start. Where is customer service anymore? Like, do y'all not care about that anymore? I can't tell you how I want my hair done. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are really fucking out of hand. And
So while I do very much agree with your comment, look, I had every intention of exposing her when I first made the video, but that was because I was angry at the time and I let my emotions kind of get the best of me. So I recorded that video actually right when I left her shop, but I didn't post it for a while because something about having a hand in the downfall of someone's business or how they make their money just doesn't really sit right with me. As much as I do believe that she doesn't deserve any clients, I just don't feel like it's my place to take that away from her, because at the end of the day, if I do expose her, like, the internet is crazy. Like, y'all gonna look her up and like just take her business away, which is taking her money away. And she does have a child, and I do have a heart, and yeah, I just don't want to be the one that does that to her. But I did post a little clip of her in the last video that I posted. So if you recognize her, or if you just so happen to book with her and notice like the surroundings, like it's black walls, it's kind of like a narrow room, she's short, round, run, or you can just hope that you have a different experience than I did. Maybe it was a bad day for her, I don't know. While I am very upset about the situation and what I had to go through, I am also grateful that I was able to solve the situation. I got my hair done by an amazing stylist. Like, I had such a great experience with her, and I love my hair, and it's still, this is my hair to this day, and it's going on a month now. So and fortunate enough that I even had the money and the means to be able to pay for 2 freaking hairstyles or hair appointments in 2 days. So I'm just trying to be appreciative and grateful for that situation, despite the downfall that I had experienced earlier. So I don't want to kind of just make things worse and
ruined her, essentially. So I just really hope that y'all don't deal with that. Like, I don't want y'all to deal with that, and I don't want to also be the reason why she doesn't succeed in her business. So I hope y'all understand, but I wish y'all luck.
Okay, y'all, so I have a whole lot to say about this. I want to start with the fact that her being 4 minutes late should not ever warrant an attitude. Like, I understand I'm very much one of those stylists that want to get started on time. And it does give you a little anxiety when your clients are running behind. But, like, 4 minutes late is wild. Like, I feel like that's why we have late policies in place in the first place. So it kind of blows me that from the minute that this young lady walked in, it was an attitude for her being 4 minutes late. Also, I want to bring up the fact that even if she did forget her hair, she didn't say like, oh, I forgot my hair, I'm finna turn around and go back. Because I have clients that do that. And it doesn't really bother me. I'll just tell them like, hey, you know, I don't exactly know how far you are from me, but, you know, I need you here by XYZ time because there's someone after you. I just feel like, you know, even like, because I've had clients that'll tell me like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I forgot my hair, but my friend or somebody's going to come and drop it off or whatever. Is that okay? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. And it's nothing for them to go walk to the gate and go get it. Like, it's not something that happens all the time. And clearly she was trying to be on time because she is a stylist herself. And I feel like a lot of us, you know, we obviously give each other a lot more respect because we understand. So that's the first thing for me. Like, I just feel like maybe sis was already having a bad day, or she was already irritated, or maybe she didn't get enough sleep. And so she just used that as a reason to be an asshole, pretty much. I get the vibe that this particular stylist is probably, like, a lot of these stylists are popular on the internet, right? And so when you book them, obviously you're booking them based off of what their work looks like. And I feel like she's probably just used to people just sitting down and getting their hair done, and they don't have any preferences, or maybe they're just too afraid to speak up. I think that this is also why there are certain hairstylists that don't like to do other hairstylists' hair, because they feel like they're too particular. But for me, I just feel like the workaround for that would literally have been to just ask her what she wanted. So for instance, if I have a client coming in and they tell me that they want a side part, the first thing that I do is I'll part it out. And then I have some clients that while I'm parting it out, like let's say that like I'm getting ready to section the hair off. If that first little like part of the section feels off to them, they'll ask me where the part's going to be at. And the easiest thing to do in that situation is to just give the client the mirror and have them show you where they want it, like where they want it at. Or some clients will actually show you a picture and they'll let you know, like, this is how I normally wear it. Which I'm going to segue into the fact that this client is new to you. So how are you mad at somebody for telling you what they want, considering the fact that you don't know this lady from a can of paint? Like, it's kind of to be expected that you're going to ask a lot more questions with someone that's new to you because you haven't learned them yet. And even then, like, I have one client where literally the whole 10 years I've done this girl's hair, all she's ever wanted was a middle part. But I still ask because I believe in Murphy's Law that the one time I don't ask, she's going to be like, oh, I want a side part. You just never know. Honestly, you never know. And this is why it's important to talk to your clients while you're working with them, especially if they're new, because they're going to have questions. Also, let's say that the client wasn't a hairstylist. Let's say that this is just, you know, people have gone to people before and they have a bad experience. And so they want to make sure that, you know, hey, can you show me, like, you know, where you're going to put my part at, because this is how I like to wear it. And the last girl that did it, she didn't leave enough hair out, or she left too much hair out, or whatever. This is why communication is so important. For myself, what I've learned is yes, I'm the one providing the service, but it's very much a collaborative effort, because you might have a client that says, oh, I only want a little bit of leave out, but that's a very subjective statement. If their hair is thin, you might need to leave a little bit more out than normal. So then you can go through it and say, hey, okay, you know what, I could put a little black spray here, and that way we don't have to leave so much out, but this is about as much as I can leave out without your track showing. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways around that. I really hate that the client felt like so on edge. Like, you could tell in the video, like, she was very upset, almost to the verge of tears, because like you're coming to get your hair done. You're supposed to be excited about that. Like, why are you getting bullied out of the chair? And I feel like she only did that with her because she came in so sweet and nice and respectful. Because I always say, like, those clients that come in and they like the big bad wolf and they ghetto and they rah rah, they don't have them problems. Client like them hairstylists that act like that ain't finna do that with them, or they'll be outside catching a fade. Like, it's just very disappointing. Like, you know, and the phone thing, I totally understand. Like, I get annoyed myself. Like, honestly, I do get annoyed myself when a client like flips the front camera on and starts doing stuff in the phone. But what I've learned is just to ask them, do they want the mirror? Because like, obviously you're trying to see, right? And a lot of us, like, I used to have a mirror, like where clients could see what I was doing, but I stopped doing that only because, like, let's say that I have the mirror off to the side because that's the only place that, like, the only place I have room to put it. Well, then every time I'm trying to do something, they keep turning their heads to the side. But like, depending on like where I have them situated at, like, I do still have a mirror like at my station, so they can kind of look over and see. Or, you know, I'll tell them like, if you want the mirror, just ask me for the mirror. I have no problem giving it to you. So I get the looking at the phone thing, but it's just like, she already told you where she wanted her part at, and you're already barking at her, and then she's can clearly feel in her head that it's not right. So I totally get it. Like, we all know when something doesn't feel right. We all know, like, okay, this is not where I want it. And then the girl is literally saying, like, okay, with my hairline, I know that if you put the part too far over, it's not going to do what I need it to do. I'm not going to be able to swoop my little baby hairs. And I don't even understand why this is such a problem. Like, if the girl wants a certain amount of hair out, like, or she wants a part in a certain place, then, like, just do that. I don't understand why that is such an issue. I really just feel like it's like a control thing. I also feel like, you know, she probably just doesn't like to be told how to do her job. And for some people, those very particular clients can be intimidating. Where, like, because she even said, like, oh no, because it's clients like you that you're gonna say something one time and you're gonna have something to say the whole appointment and then not like it. And it's like, so you've been through this before. Okay, so the easiest way to fix all of this is, before you even start braiding a beehive, consult with your client. Have a consultation with your client. I will ask my clients when they try to explain things to me and I don't know what they're talking about. I will literally ask them, can you show me a picture? Because I think I understand, but I just want to make sure. Like, at the end of the day, this is the client's hair and they have to wear it. So you might like something a certain way. There's plenty of times where clients will ask things to me and in my head I'm like, this is going to be so ugly. But if they're happy with it, they're happy with it. You know what I mean? I personally would have left the minute I felt uncomfortable. But on top of that, I damn sure would have left when she threatened her and was like, oh, well, you can leave. Like, what? Why are you so pressed to kick me out of here? Like, so just say you didn't want to come to work today. Just say you didn't want to do my hair. Because that's pretty much all it was. Like, you made everything a problem, not the client. And at the end of the day, this young lady is paying you. It's not like you're doing this for free. I don't understand her getting mad about her not wanting a net. For myself, I have trypophobia. I don't like things with holes in it. So I've overcome that when it comes to like what the client wants. But for myself, like, I don't wear them. So there's plenty of ways to braid a beehive. Like, yes, you may have your preference, but even if you prefer to use a net, if this young lady is telling you that she doesn't like one, whatever her reason is, like, why is she all of a sudden like the spawn of Satan because she didn't want a net? And then to gaslight her, because that blew me. Then to gaslight her to say like, oh, yeah, your hair is in pain because you didn't want a net. Like, girl, be fucking for real. Seriously. Like, I don't like that she told her like, oh yeah, I should just canceled you. Like, what? And then it makes me wonder, like, okay, so was there like a conversation or something that was had in the beginning, like when the appointment was booked, that made you feel away? Like, I don't get it. Like, I have told people before that when a client books, even if I've never met this client before, I do have certain gut feelings that'll be like, this one might be a problem. And I do feel like that's just my intuition, but I still give everybody a fair chance. And everybody's spirits is not going to match, and that's okay. But what you do in that situation is you still give that client the best service that you can give them, and then you just don't do business with them anymore. But you make yourself look bad, and imagine the karma that's going to come back on you, because like I said in the beginning, like from the comments, this is something that's like not news to this stylist. Like, she treats a lot of people like this. Another thing, I feel like when she told her like, oh, styling is $20 and I'm gonna take it off your total so you can get out, like I y'all oh I'm just at a loss of words. Like, and then when she showed it at the end, it was like, okay, even when you did the weave how you wanted to do it, like, why is this track showing? Like, I just don't understand how hard it was for this young lady to just honor her client's request. I will say that I appreciate that the young lady in the video still met her with respect, even though she did not deserve it. But she still gave her the respect to like give her money. She still paid her what she asked. She didn't, cause a fuss about it. She didn't herself identify who the stylist was. Like I said, they did it in the comments just based off the environment. And, it sucks that she had to pay for it, but she was very smart about taking it out immediately because, listen, I say this all the time. We are touching people's person, right? And energy transfers. And there is something about that lady, that stylist, whose demon was just upset by the client in her chair for whatever reason. Maybe she didn't like her because she felt like she was uppity. Maybe she didn't like how she walked in. I don't know, child. It's not even nobody's problem. But you don't want to walk around with that in your hair. This is how people be ending up with bald spots. I tell people this all the time. Like, if it don't feel right, don't do it. I don't care how much money you paid. No amount of money is worth your peace. I feel like there's been an influx of this. People have always been unprofessional, but I feel like there's been an influx of this, especially since like the pandemic. Like, there's a lot of people that sat in their living room and watch YouTube videos and learn how to do hair and wigs and weaves and whatnot off of YouTube and was like, oh, I can make $1 off of this. But they forgot that they're not people, like people-y. They forgot that they're not people persons. Like, they forgot that they don't like other human beings like that. So it's like, if you just sit down, shut up, and get your hair done, all is well. But the minute that you actually speak up and have a concern, now it's a problem. And like I said, it's very disappointing from somebody that truly does love what they do, because I get afraid, like I get anxious about referring clients to people because I don't know what experience you're going to get. And then a lot of the time, some of us stylists, because we know each other, will have a better experience with somebody. But the minute that you refer them to somebody else, it's different. And it's just like, what is going on, like, in our industry? Like, seriously. And people always say, oh, it's the people that aren't licensed. No, I don't think a license has anything to do with it, because if you're a mean girl, you're just a mean girl. If you're an asshole, you're just an asshole. A license doesn't make you less of one. Look at how many doctors are rude as fuck to their patients, and they're getting paid stupid bread. Like, it's just really disappointing, and I hate that she had to go through this. And it's just sad because, you guys, I hear these stories all the time. And like I said, I'm not perfect. But I really do try my hardest to be the best part of a client's day. And like I said, we not going to like everybody. We're honestly not in this field to like our damn clients. But if someone makes you that irritated, like I said, you just give them the best service that you can give them, and you send them on their way. And you don't have to deal with them no more. And if it's just too much for you, it's no problem when the client tries to book again to just let them know, like, hey, you know what? After our last appointment, I just realized that we're not a fit for each other. I do thank you for your business, and I really pray that you find a stylist that suits your needs. Like, how hard is that? But y'all get in the comments. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, what you think. Tell me your story times, and I'll be back with y'all with another video. Have a beautiful day. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.